Hey, good evening, guys. It is Andrew, one of your coaches here. Forgive me to drink a little water. The live started faster than I thought it would. I want to come on here and talk a little bit about the fourth pillar of health and fitness. If you've ever been in one of Joy's and my fitness groups, we talk about the three pillars to success with health and fitness. And those are diet, obviously a huge one. They are exercise and accountability. Well, more and more with the research I'm reading and I'm seeing, I really believe there's a fourth pillar as well. All three of those are important. There's actually some research that says this fourth pillar is actually more important than even exercise when it comes to weight loss, and that is sleep. Sleep is huge, and there's a lot of new research coming out. I find my stuff on PubMed or the National Institute of Health. Oftentimes I'll listen to a podcast and it leads me to dig a little bit deeper. But I found I found a couple different research articles recently on sleep. And it's interesting because both too little sleep as well as too much sleep is actually detrimental to you, especially when it comes to weight loss. And there are really three main pathways why. And I kind of want to share those with you just a little bit so you can understand, okay, well, what's going on, okay? But let's start with what's too little sleep. There's some conflicting information in the research, but let's, for this conversation, say really anything less than 6.5 hours is considered too little sleep. That's pretty much fairly well agreed upon. I've seen some studies that go as high as 7.5 hours, others where they're focusing under 4 hours, but for our thing, we're going to talk about 6.5 hours. There are really three main pathways that are that are really dictating why this is happening. The first one is the most obvious one. You have less energy, your body wants to do less movement when you are sleep deprived. So you're just not as motivated for your workouts. You're not doing as much. You're not going at it as hard as you normally would. There's lots of studies around there. That is the completely obvious one. Okay, we got rid of number one. Number two is because of two hormones that your body produces. When you're sleep deprived, one of those hormones goes up, the other goes down. The one that goes up is a hormone called ghrelin, and the one that goes down is leptin. And those two work in concert with each other, kind of opposite each other, to regulate appetite. One of the things they found in these studies is that those that were consistently operating off of a sleep-deprived state, so less than 6.5 hours, on average ate about 500 calories more than those that had the adequate amount of sleep. And it's twofold. Number one, leptin levels go down. Leptin is the hormone that helps regulate fullness. It helps regulate, hey, you don't need any more food. So when that goes down, you then have your propensity is to eat more. Just as importantly, ghrelin goes up. Ghrelin is one of the hormones that your body utilizes to say, hey, you need more food. Hey, go get more stuff. So when you're feeling hungry, part of that process is ghrelin is involved in that. And so when you're sleep deprived, the one that says, hey, we're full goes down, and the one that says, hey, eat more food goes up. So your body's literally working against you at that point for your goals because your body, for whatever reason, says, I don't want to work out, I'm really tired, I'm going to go less hard at it, and I need you to consume more calories to get me back on track to where we're actually in homeostasis or balance. Now, the one that I found really interesting is a third pathway. A third pathway comes in, and that is when you are sleep deprived. And by sleep deprived, again, we're talking about just less than 6.5 hours on a nightly basis. This is not, hey, I haven't slept in 48 hours. These are certainly more dramatic during that time frame. But there is a group of chemicals that your body naturally produces called endocannabinoids. Endocannabinoids partially help regulate the quality of the food that you want. This literally is a set of hormones and chemicals that turn your body in and say, great, I want junk food. I want the stuff that is really high caloric content to give me that boost of food, which I found really interesting on this one. Because if you are familiar with scientific taxonomy at all, cannabinoid comes from the cannabis plant. It comes from marijuana. Think about the classic stereotype of the guy or the gal who has just smoked out and they want the pizza and they want the Fritos or the Cheetos and all those different things that go along with it. There literally is a chemical pathway that's creating that. That's being created because you're ingesting at that point or inhaling at that point these endocannabinoids, which is telling your brain, eat the really crappy food. Not because it's crappy, but because it's really, really saturated with caloric content. And your body wants a whole bunch of calories to bring in at that point in time. Your body naturally produces that stuff. It also does that. So what they found is through the sleep deprivation cycle that your body actually produces more of these endocannabinoids. And so your body literally, you got less leptin, you got more ghrelin, and your endocannabinoids are going off the planet. So not only do you want more calories, you want calories that are coming from a super nutrient dense product. So all the fats and everything else. When your body wants fat, it wants high caloric intake. That's what it's really wanting at that point. So when you are burning the candle at both ends, and believe me, I'm one of the worst at it, especially with my travel schedule, there's oftentimes I'm getting way less than my 6.5 hours of sleep. But there's more and more research that really, especially if you're going for weight loss, if you are looking to lose weight, you should be paying as much attention to your sleep schedule as you are your workout schedule. And like I said, some of these epidemiological studies where they look at all these different population studies, there's actually really good science and really good reason to think it actually has more of an effect. How much sleep you're getting and whether you're sleep deprived has more an effect on the amount of weight that you're able to lose and take off and keep off than actually working out. That's amazing to me. So basically you can sleep more and lose weight as opposed to work out. So if it's midnight and it means getting 6 hours of sleep and getting 4 hours of sleep and getting your workout in, or getting 6 hours of sleep and skipping the workout, the science is almost pointing to skip the workout and go to sleep, which is so hard for me to say. But anyways, make sure it is a part of your health routine. The sleep is so important. It ties into our previous videos on intermittent fasting and giving the body time to just rest and the process of cellular autophagy to take place. Get rid of all those dead cells that your body needs time to work on at that point. Give your gut a rest during that time frame. It's so important. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of something to kind of chew on, a little bit more science to it, and the fact that, why are we eating more? Well, because the hormone balances in your body, the one that tells you to stop eating goes down, the one that tells you to eat more goes up. And you've got the endocannabinoid system and the increased endocannabinoids that tells your body, hey, not only eat more of the high caloric fat intake stuff that's in there. So ultimately it boils down to, calories in, calories out, how it's affecting you. So sleep is super important, not just to be well rested for your workout. That is one of the 3 paths they're really seeing to this. So this being National Diabetes Awareness Month, we're spending a lot of time really focused in on especially the risk factors to type 2 diabetes, which is completely controllable. And the biggest one on that is carrying too much weight, putting too much taxation on your endocrine system and the pancreas by eventually creating yourself in an insulin resistant state. So anyways, as I come across more of these, I'll be sure to share them. This certainly doesn't mean that you need to not have a good time on Thanksgiving coming up. It's one meal, guys. If you're going to pig out, make it a meal that you're with your family and you're celebrating things and you're giving thanks to the one that made you. I think it's a great time to be able to do that. Don't do it every meal and every time. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great night. Have a happy Wednesday. We will talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.